how do anthropogenic activities affect our ecosystem services? Now we are exploiting our ecosystem more than our needs. The Millennium Ecosystem Assessment in 2005, they found that over for past 50 years, if you see, means the ecosystem now it is exploited more rapidly and extensively than in any comparable period of time in human history. If it goes like this, means very soon we are going to have a demand for food, fiber, fresh water, medicine, timber and fuel. Okay, so we have to protect our ecosystem. Okay, so generally by what all activities, human activities disturb the ecosystem, means these are all some of the human activities which disturb the ecosystem, that is habitat destruction. Okay, so we are destroying the habitat of many plants and animals, and then deforestation and overgrazing, all these, that is mangalavittu, okay, cutting down the trees. Okay, and then erosion of soil erosion, mannarippu. Okay, and then introduction of non-native species. So we have many species in our ecosystem itself, but bringing the new species into our environment, so that we are affecting the ecosystem. And then over harvesting of plant materials, and then pollution of land, water and air. So we are polluting by through industries or chemicals release பண்றது, இந்த மாதிரியான நிறைய pollutionனால we are polluting land, air and water. And then run of pesticides, fertilizers and animal waste. So by all this we are disturbing the ecosystem. Okay, so these are some of the methods by which we are disturbing the ecosystem. So it is our duty to protect the ecosystem. How can we protect the ecosystem? So we have to have a practice to protect the ecosystem as an individual or organization or governmental levels for the benefits for both humans and nature. Okay, so there are also many threats are there in order to so that like adverse human activities, global warming and pollution, etc. There are many threats like this. Even though we have to protect our ecosystem, it is our duty to protect our ecosystem so that we can change the everyday lifestyle. By changing our everyday lifestyle, we can help to protect the ecosystem and the planet Earth. Okay, so if we fail to protect the environment today, we will fail to save our posterity. Posterity means our future generation. So it is our everyone's duty to protect our environment. Okay, therefore we have to follow certain steps in our day-to-day life. That is what we have to do is, first of all, we have to buy and use only eco-friendly products. Okay, eco-friendly, pollution illama irukudhu, and the mari products easy-a magakudiyadhu, recycle pannakudiyadhu, indha maadhiri ulla porutkale vaangi nam enna pannom, upayoga paduthanum. Okay, so we have to buy and use only eco-friendly products. And then we have to grow, first of all we have to grow more trees. Okay, more plants we have to grow more plants and trees. And then we have to choose the sustained farm products. Okay, எப்பவுமே நிலையான கிடைக்கக்கூடியது இருக்குது இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி sustainable products தான் நம்ம farm products தான் நம்ம வாங்கணும். Vegetables இருக்கலாம், fruits, greens, இந்த மாதிரி உள்ளது எப்பவுமே கிடைக்கக்கூடியது sustain ஆ இருக்கக்கூடிய farm products we have to buy and use. Okay, and then we have to reduce the use of natural resources. நிறைய இருக்கு அப்படின்றதுக்காக நிறைய natural resources நம்ம பயன்படுத்த கூடாது. We have to use only the limited amount. And then we can recycle the waste so that we can reduce the waste produced by us. Okay, so waste recycle பண்ணனும், waste ஆகிற பொருள் நிறைய waste உருவாக்காம இருக்கணும். Okay, reduce the amount of waste. And then reduce the consumption. Okay, consumption of water and electricity. நிறைய தண்ணீரையோ அல்லது எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டியோ பயன்படுத்துவதை தவிர்க்க வேண்டும். நிறைய உபயோக தேவைக்கு ஏற்ப நம்ம பயன்படுத்தணும். ஓகேவா? And then reduce the amount of household chemicals and pesticides. Okay, we have to reduce the use of household chemicals and pesticides. நிறைய pesticides இல்ல chemicals நம்ம என்ன பண்ண கூடாது, வீட்ல உபயோகப்படுத்த கூடாது. Okay, and then we have to maintain our cars so that it will not produce more pollution. நிறைய கார்பன் வெளியே வராம மெயின்டைன் பண்ணதுனால, இப்ப நிறைய vehicles மெயின்டைன் பண்ணாததுனால நிறைய pollution pollutions so that it will increase in carbon, isn't it? So in order to reduce the carbon emission, we have to maintain our vehicles such as car, bike, etc. And then we have to create awareness and educate the people about the ecosystem protection among the population. Okay, so all these are some of the methods so that we can protect our ecosystem for the future generation. Ecosystem management. What is ecosystem management? It is a process that integrates ecological, socio-economical and institutional factors in order to sustain and enhance the quality of ecosystem in order to meet the current and future needs. That is called as what? Ecosystem management. There are some strategy of ecosystem management. Now let us learn one by one. It is used to maintain the biodiversity of an ecosystem. Okay, so it is used to maintain biodiversity of ecosystem. Next one is it helps in indicating the damaged ecosystem. Second strategy is what? It helps to indicating the damaged ecosystem. The next one is it acts as one of the best tool to identify the or achieving the sustainability of ecosystem through the sustainable development programs. Okay, and the next one, it is also helpful in identifying ecosystem which are in need of rehabilitation. Next one is it involves collaborative management with government agencies, local population, communities and NGOs. So these are the strategy of ecosystem management. Plant succession. What is plant succession? We very often see that forests and lands in our area are drastically affected by natural calamities as well as human activities. Due to these reasons, if you see, means the plants in that area are destroyed and the area become barren. Okay. After some time, when we observe, there is a gradual development of plant community in the area and the land become fertile. Okay. So there is a gradual development by the plant community again and become fertile. That land become what? Fertile. So such successive replacement of one type of plant community by the other type of plant community in the same area is called as what? Plant succession. Plant succession. Okay. முதல்ல என்ன இருக்கும், அந்த இடத்துல நிறைய plants இருந்திருக்கும். சரியா? barren ஏரியாவா இல்லாம நிறைய plants இருந்திருக்கும். Because of natural calamities இல்லனா human activitiesனால அந்த ஏரியால இருக்க plant ஃபுல்லா அழிஞ்சிருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு பார்த்தோம்னா அது என்ன இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா மறுபடியும் அதே இடத்துல வேற விதமான டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் பிளான்ட் கம்யூனிட்டிஸ் வளர ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கும். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஏற்கனவே பிளான்ஸ் இருந்த இடத்துல இருந்த பிளான்ஸ் அழிஞ்சு போய் திருப்பி அதே இடத்துல வந்து வேற பிளான்ஸ் வளர்றது, இந்த மாதிரி வளர்ற அந்த கிராஜுவல் டெவலப்மெண்ட் பேரு தான் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா plant succession. Okay, so successive replacement of one type of plant community by the other type of plant community in the same area is called as what? Plant succession. Okay, now what is called pioneers? Pioneers means the first from ஒரு barren land இருந்த இடத்துல முதல்ல ஒரு plant community உருவாகுது இல்லையா, that is known as what? Pioneers. That is the first invaded plants in a barren area. The first invaded plants in a barren area is called as what? Pioneers. Okay. Then what is sterile communities? On the other hand, if you see, means a series of transitional developments of plant communities one after the another. Okay, in the given area is called as what? Sterile communities. Sterile communities. So ஏற்கனவே இருந்த இடத்துல வந்து பிளான்ஸ் அழிஞ்சு போயிட்டு மறுபடியும் இன்னொரு பிளான்ஸ் அதே இடத்துல வந்து வேற பிளான்ட் கம்யூனிட்டிஸ் வருது இல்லையா, அதான் என்னது? sterile communities. Okay, and the next one is called climax community. What is climax community? Climax community is nothing but here at the end, the final stage, the final community, that is a final plant community established இல்லையா. முதல்ல ஒரு barren land இருந்திருக்கும், ஒரு புது செடிகள் வந்திருக்கும் இல்லையா, அது வந்து pioneers. முதல்ல ஒரு barren landல புதுசா ஒரு செடி உருவாகுற அந்த இது என்னது? pioneers. Next one sterile communitiesனா அது வந்து natural calamities-னாலயோ இல்ல human activities-னாலயோ அழிஞ்சு போயிட்டு திருப்பி அந்த இடத்துல வேற plant community வர்றது பேர் என்னதுன்னா sterile communities. Then climax communities means finally in the same area ஃபைனலா எல்லா பிளான்ட்ஸுமே க்ரோ ஆயிட்டு நல்லா எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கும் இல்லையா, that is known as what? Climax and climax community. At the end, a final stage, a final plant community gets established. That is called as what? Climax and climax community. Okay, now let us learn some of the characteristics of ecological succession. Okay, so because of this plant succession, it leads to the systematic process of which causes changes in a specific structure of plant community. So it is a systematic process. Systematic means what? Stepwise process. Okay, so first there will be a barren land and then it is occupied by the pioneers. After the natural calamities, it destroyed, and then several communities occupied there, and then finally climax communities. Like this, it is a stepwise manner. Okay, and then it results in the changes in the abiotic and biotic factors. So there is a change in the biotic and abiotic factors, and then it transformed the unstable community into stable community. நிலையில்லாத ஒரு community இருந்தது ஒரு நிலையான community மாத்துறது. ஓகேவா? And there is a gradual progress in the species diversity, total biomass, niche specialization, and then humus content of this soil also takes place. So humus means what? It is rich in soil, rich in nutrients. Okay, so all this gradual progress takes place in all this, and then there is also another progress from the simple food chain to complex food web. Okay, simple from one trophic level, the energy flow from one trophic level to the next trophic level, is it not? But here food web அப்படினும்போது ஒரு ஆர்கானிசம் வந்து ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸ் வந்து வெவ்வேறு நெட்வொர்க் ஆஃப் ஃபுட் செயின்ஸ் அது மூலமா இல்லையா அதெல்லாம் ப்ரொடியூசர் எடுத்துக்கிறது அது என்னது ஃபுட் வெப். ஓகே, ஸோ தேர் இஸ் அ progress from simple food chain to complex food web. And the next one is it modify the lower simple life forms. Lower simple life forms இருந்தது higher life forms மாத்துறது. Okay, so it modifies the lower simple life forms into higher life forms. Okay, and also it creates interdependence between the plants and animals. So plants க்கும் animals க்கும் நடுவுல அந்த interdependence create பண்றது. So all these are called as the characteristics of ecological succession. Okay, now let us learn the types of succession. Types of succession. There are three types mainly, that is primary, secondary and allogenic. Okay, so primary succession, secondary succession and allogenic succession. Now let us learn what is primary succession. As I have already told you what is primary succession in the beginning, that is the development of the plant community in the barren area. Okay, அங்க செடியே இல்லாத பாறைகள் இருக்கிற இடத்துல ஒரு செடிகள் வளர ஆரம்பிக்கிறது இல்லையா, that is known as what? Primary succession, where there is no community at all existed, இல்லவே இல்லை before, அது இல்லவே இல்லை. புதுசா ஒரு பாறை உள்ள இடத்துல அது சாயிலா மாதிரி அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து இந்த பிளான்ட்ஸ் வளர ஆரம்பிக்கிறது, that is called as what? Primary succession. For example, microbes, lichens and mosses. So this type of plants start growing in that barren land. Primary succession is otherwise known as pioneer species or primary community or primary colonies. Okay, the next one is called secondary succession. What is secondary succession? Secondary succession means what? That is a development of a plant community in an area where an already developed community have been disturbed, that is destroyed by the natural calamities. So ஒரு ஏரியால வந்து barren landல இருந்து புதுசா உருவாகிற அந்த செடிகளுக்கு என்ன சொன்னோம்? பிரைமரி சக்சஷன். இப்போ செகண்டரி சக்சஷன் என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஆல்ரெடி இருந்த அந்த செடிகள் வந்து நேச்சுரல் கெலாமிட்டிஸால அழிஞ்சு போயிட்டு திருப்பி அந்த இடத்துல புது ஒரு பிளான்ட் கம்யூனிட்டி உருவாகுது. ஓகே, ஸோ ஹியர் த டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் பிளான்ட் கம்யூனிட்டி இன் அன் ஏரியா வேர் ஆல்ரெடி already the developed community, that is destroyed, when an already developed community has been destroyed by the natural calamities such as fire நாலோ இல்ல flood நாலோ ஏற்கனவே இருந்த plants அழிஞ்சு போயிட்டு மறுபடியும் ஒரு புது community உருவாகுது இல்லையா, that is called as what? Secondary community. Okay, that is called as secondary community. The next one is called allogenic community. What is allogenic community means? Here it is nothing but here as a result of abiotic factors. Okay, allogenic succession occurs as a result of abiotic factors. Here the replacement of existing community is caused by the external factors. So existing இப்போ இருக்கிறது வந்து எப்படி அது எக்ஸிஸ்ட் ஆகும் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, it is caused by external factors, not by the existing organisms. ஏற்கனவே இருக்கிறதுனால இது உருவாகிறது கிடையாது, எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ்னால உருவாகக்கூடிய, அதாவது ஏபயோட்டிக் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ்னால உருவாகக்கூடிய அந்த சக்சஷன் தான் என்னன்னா allogenic succession. Okay, so allogenic succession occurs as a result of abiotic factors, not by existing organisms. For example, if forest is the forest ecosystem because of soil erosion or leaching, it alters the nutrient value of the soil. Okay, it lead to the change of vegetation in that area. So because of the nutrient content which is present in that forest ecosystem, it may change the nutrient value. Okay, so idu enna agudhu, replace agudhu. In a forest ecosystem, soil erosion and leaching alter the nutritive value of the soil, leading to the change of the vegetation in that area. Okay, that is all about the allogenic succession. Now let us learn about the classification of plant succession. Classification based on the plant succession. Okay, that is the place, habitat. The place where the plant succession occurs based on that. It is divided into three types, that is hydrosery, mesosery and xerosery. So what is hydrosery? Hydro means what? Water. Where there is plenty of water, the succession takes place. Okay, the succession starts where there is plenty of water. Okay, for example, in the succession ponds, lakes, stream and then swamps. Such places where there is plenty of water, the succession starts. Okay, and then next is mesosery. Mesosery, here the succession starts where there is moisture content. Okay, moisture condition enga irukko, ஈரப்பதம் எங்க இருக்கோ அங்க தான் என்ன பார்க்கலாம், இந்த mesosery succession start ஆகும். Okay, for example here where there is moisture condition is adequate, அந்த இடத்துல மாற்றலாம். The next one here you could see xerosery. Xerosery here where there is minimal amount of water. Okay, so succession starts where there is a region in which the water content is minimal amount. There only this succession starts. That is called as what? Xerosery. The xerosery is again divided into three called lithosery, halosery and samosery. What is litho? Litho means rock. Okay, so here this succession starts in the barren rock. எங்கெல்லாம் வந்து பாறைகள் இருக்கோ அந்த இடத்துல வந்து இந்த plant community வளர ஆரம்பிக்குது. That is known as water lithosery. And then next one halosery. Halo means what? Saline water. So succession starts with the saline water where there is உப்பு தண்ணி எல்லாம் இங்க இருக்கோ அந்த இடத்துல இந்த plant succession என்ன ஆகும்? Initiate ஆகும். Next one samo. Samo means what? It is sand. Okay, samo means what? Sand. So the succession that is initiated on the sand. Okay, so the succession starts on a sandy soil. So that place you can see the growth of the plant community, that is known as samosery. Okay, so these are the different classifications of plant succession: hydrosery, mesosery and xerosery. Under xerosery there are three types, namely lithosery, halosery and samosery. With this we complete what is plant succession, types and the classification. Hydrosery. What is hydrosery? The succession in a freshwater ecosystem is called as what? Hydrosery. Okay, so here the succession we are going to study in pond ecosystem. Succession in a pond ecosystem. It begins with the phytoplanktons and end with the forest. So begin with the phytoplankton stage and end with the forest stage. So phytoplankton stage, it is the pioneer, first stage. Phytoplankton stage is the first stage and forest stage is the climax community. Okay, now let us learn. It also contains several stages. Okay, phytoplankton, submerged plant, submerged free floating stage, reed swamp stage, marsh meadow stage, shrub and then forest stage. Now let us begin with what is phytoplankton stage. Phytoplankton stage is the first stage. Okay, here pioneer community is there. Pioneer community in the sense it is phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons means what? Very small plants such as blue-green algae, bacteria and then diatoms. All these are present in this pioneer stage. Okay, now all these algae, bacteria and diatoms, they colonize. Okay, colonize means what? Abbe group of form agudhu. The colonization takes place here so that it will enrich the amount of organic matter and the nutrients. Okay, so it will enrich the organic matter and the nutrients. Due to their life activities, after some time it will die. Okay, death occurs. So this favors, as soon as they die, what happened? This favors the development of the next stage, that is sterile stage. Okay, so next stage is the submerged plant stage. Submerged plant stage. So as a result of the pioneer plants. Pioneer plants, what happened here? Decomposition of the plankton takes place. Decomposition means what? Ellame mangi poite adukku mela oru layer madri form agudhu. Okay va? So as a result of the death of the pioneers, decomposition takes place. Here silt brought from the land by rainwater. Okay, silt na vandalgal idellame vandu enga pond la settle agudhu, so that it will form loose mud formation. So there is a formation of the mud at the bottom of the pond. So here, so that it will form rooted submerged plants. Rooted submerged plants. What is rooted submerged plants? Hydrophytes also produce here. For example, like Cara, Uticularia, Vallisneria and Hydrilla. So Hydrilla and Vallisneria, all these are examples for rooted submerged plants. Okay, they started to appear at this stage, that is submerged plant stage. Okay, so as soon as the death of the pioneer phytoplanktons, here what happened? The silt is brought from the land by rainwater, and then rooted submerged plants started to appear, such as Hydrilla and Vallisneria. And also these plants also, after some time, it will death and decay occurs. Okay, death and decay occurs, so that it will lead to a next stage, that is submerged free floating stage. Submerged free floating. After the death of the submerged rooted plants, it leads to the new habitat, that is submerged free floating stage. During this stage, what happened? So in this stage the pond is shallow. Okay, in this stage the pond is shallow, whereas submerged free floating stage, if you see, means the pond will become deeper. Okay, deeper, that is almost 2 to 5 feet. It will become deeper. Depth of the pond is 2 to 5 feet. Okay, here what happens? Rooted hydrophytes start to occur. Rooted hydrophytes start to occur. That is rooted hydrophytes with the free floating leaves. Free floating leaves, floating large leaves, like for example in Nymphia and Nilambu, you would have saw lily, lotus எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா பெரிய இது இலைகளை கொண்ட அந்த இது இருக்கு இல்லையா, செடிகள் அதெல்லாம் வளர ஆரம்பிக்கும் இதுல. Okay, so such type are called as what? Rooted hydrophytic plants with the large sized leaves. Okay, some free floating species like Azolla and then Lemna, Ulfia and Pistia are also present in this stage. And these plants also started to die. Okay, death and decay occurs. So by the death and decomposition of these plants, further pond become more shallow. So more shallow. Due to this reason, what happens here? Floating species gradually they are replaced by the other species, so that it will make a new cerals. So இது வரைக்கும் இது எப்படி இருந்தது? ஷாலோவா இருந்தது இல்லையா? இங்க என்னாச்சு? டீப்பர் ஆச்சு. Again after the death of this, what happened? Now the pond leads to the next stage called new stage called reed swan stage. Reed swan stage, new cerral stage. Now here reed swan stage, it is also called amphibious stage. Amphibious means what? The plants which live on both land and water. Okay, land and water, that is called as what? Amphibious stage. During this stage, the rooted floating plants is replaced by amphibious plants, that is which live in both aquatic as well as on the land. Okay, for example, Typha, Pragmatis and Sagittaria, all these plants which are examples for amphibious. Okay, so at the end of this stage, what happens here? Water is reduced, water level is reduced by, so that it will make the plants to live is difficult, because there is no water, so it is unsuitable for the amphibious plant. So then it leads to the next stage, that is marsh meadow stage. Marsh meadow stage. Here when the pond is swallowed, okay, due to the pond becomes swallowed due to the decreased level of the water, so that this marsh meadow stage is occupied by the plants like Cyperaceae and Poaceae. இந்த புல்லு மாதிரி இருக்கு இல்லையா, இதெல்லாமே வந்து என்ன ஆகும்? இந்த இடத்துல வளர ஆரம்பிக்கும். புல் செடி, புல் தரை மாதிரி. ஓகேவா? Cyperaceae family and Poaceae family. So here what happened? It form a mat-like vegetation. Okay, mat-like vegetation. They form a mat-like vegetation with the help of the much branched root system. Okay, நல்ல இந்த mat மாதிரி vegetation வரும், நல்ல root எல்லாம் develop ஆகும், so that it will absorb more amount of water from the soil, so that the soil becomes dry so that at last if you see means the marshy vegetation disappears gradually, okay, and leads to the shrub stage, okay. So in this stage, marsh meadow stage, what happens here? Here the pond is swallowed, சுத்தமா தண்ணியே இருக்காது. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன ஆகும், சின்ன சின்ன புல் தரைகள் மாதிரி வளர ஆரம்பிக்கும். So that the water is very much reduced here, and then Cyperaceae family and Poaceae family appear here, and then it form a mat-like vegetation, so that well development root system is that branched root system is here, and then there is a large amount of water is absorbed by these plants, so that the soil become dry, mat, and then at last of this stage if you see means there is no mat-like vegetation also, that also disappear, and then it leads to the shrub vegetation, okay, shrub stage. Next one is called as what? Shrub stage. So as the disappearance of the marshy stage, what happened here, the vegetation continues, the soil become more dry, இன்னும் நிறைய dry ஆயிடும். Hence these plants are invaded by the shrubs and small trees, okay. And then these plants absorb, since these plants have a well developed root system, branched root system, they need water, isn't it? So they absorb the water from the soil, so then the soil become dry. Further the accumulation of the humus takes place here with the help of the microorganisms, okay. So accumulation of humus, they will enrich the nutrients, is it not? They have more nutrients in them. So accumulation of the humus, and then with the rich flora of microorganism, they produce minerals in the soil. So the humus வந்து நிறைய nutrients சத்துள்ளதா இருக்கும், plus in the microorganism they produce water minerals, so that it will favor the arrival of the new species, a new tree species, okay. So the next stage is the forest stage, okay. Forest stage, it is the climax stage, climax community, okay, of a hydrosphere. The climax community of the hydrosphere is forest stage. Here what happened, a variety of trees invade this area, okay. So after the shrub stage, what happened, tree stage, tree பெரிய variety of trees எல்லாம் வளர ஆரம்பிக்கும் இந்த இடத்துல, and they develop any one of the diverse type of vegetation. For example, இங்க என்ன மாதிரி trees எல்லாம் இருக்கும், one diverse group, is it not? So one of the diverse type of trees vegetation, that is it may be temperate mixed forest இருக்கலாம், tropical rain forest இருக்கலாம், இல்லனா tropical deciduous forest. So among this anyone, it will form more number of trees in that forest stage during this forest stage, okay. So hence we have completed the 7 stages, that is first stage, the pioneer stage is phytoplankton, and that is the pioneer stage, and the last stage is the climax community, which is the forest stage. In between stages are called as several stages, okay. Next let us learn about the significance of plant succession. Significance of plant succession. Succession is a dynamic process. Dynamic means what? Changing process, is it not? So that the ecologists, they choose and study the several stages of a plant community which is found in a particular area, okay. So that the ecologists choose this succession. Then if we have a knowledge of this ecological succession, it helps us to understand the controlled growth of one or more species in that area, okay. And then utilizing the knowledge of this succession, even dams can be prevented, okay, from siltation. Siltation இந்த வண்டல் மண்ணெல்லாம் போயிட்டு இந்த டாம்ஸ்ல வந்து போயிட்டு அங்க வண்டல் எல்லாம் சேராம அதை வந்து prevent பண்றதுக்கு இந்த knowledge, succession of knowledge நமக்கு இருந்ததுன்னா we can prevent the dams, okay. And then this will give us the information about the techniques to be used during the deforestation and the reforestation, okay. காடு அழித்தல், அதுக்கப்புறமா மறு காடு எல்லாம் உருவாக்குதல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுக்கு இந்த சக்சஷனோட நாலேஜ் இருந்ததுன்னா using these techniques we can again these techniques can be employed during the reforestation and the afforestation. And the next one, it helps to maintain the pastures. Pastures na feeding places இல்லையா, அந்த feeding places எல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, அந்த pasture ஏரியாலலாம் வந்து இது என்ன பண்ணலாம், மெயின்டைன் பண்றதுக்கு, அந்த ஏரியாவை மெயின்டைன் பண்றதுக்கு இந்த plant succession வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும், okay. And the next one is called, this help to maintain species diversity. Species diversity can be maintained using this plant succession in an ecosystem. And then patterns of diversity during the succession, okay. Patterns of diversity during the succession are influenced by the resource availability and the disturbance, okay, disturbed area. ஸோ இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா வேரியஸ் ஃபேக்டர்ஸால டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆகிறதுனாலையும் ரிசோர்ஸ் அவைலபிலிட்டியை பொறுத்து தான் இந்த பேட்டர்ன்ஸ் ஆஃப் டைவர்சிட்டி. ஓகே, பேட்டர்ன்ஸ் ஆஃப் டைவர்சிட்டி டியூரிங் சக்சஷன் இஸ் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் த resource availability and the disturbance by various factors. ஓகே, எப்படியெல்லாம் அது தனித்தனியா வந்து வகைப்படுது இல்லையா, அது எல்லாமே இது ரெண்டுத்தை பொறுத்து தான். ரிசோர்ஸ் அவைலபிலிட்டியும் அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து என்னது disturbance by various factors. And then as we already studied primary succession. Okay, primary succession is the involves the colonization of the habitat. Okay, colonization and primary succession என்ன பார்த்தோம் நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பைட்டோபிளான்ட்ஸ்ல பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா. முதல்ல pioneers எல்லாம் வந்து டிஃபரெண்ட் ப்ளூ கிரீன் ஆல்கே, கிரீன் ஆல்கே, பாக்டீரியா இதெல்லாம் வந்து என்ன ஆகும், ஃபுல்லா காலனைசேஷன் ஆகுது இல்லையா. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது இது பிரைமரி சக்சஷன். ஓகே, பிரைமரி சக்சஷன் இன்வால்வ்ஸ் the colonization of the habitat. Okay, and then secondary succession involves the re-establishment of the plant community. That is re-establishment of the plant community in a disturbed area. So secondary succession means what? So here ஒரு சக்சஷன் பேரன் லேண்ட்ல இருந்தது இல்லையா, பேரன் லேண்ட்ல ஒரு புது செடி உருவாகுது அப்படின்னா அது pioneers. ஓகே, நியூ பிளான்ட்ஸ் இன்வேட் அ பர்டிகுலர் ஏரியா, தட் இஸ் கால்டு வாட் pioneers படிச்சோம். பிரைமரி சக்சஷன். செகண்டரி சக்சஷன் என்னன்னு படிச்சோம், அதே ஏரியால இருக்கக்கூடிய செடிகள் எல்லாம் என்ன ஆகுது, டை ஆயிட்டு, டெத் ஆயிட்டு, அதுக்கப்புறம் டிகே ஆயிட்டு அதே இடத்துல வேற கம்யூனிட்டி, பிளான்ட் கம்யூனிட்டி உருவாகுது இல்லையா, அதுதான் என்னது secondary succession, isn't it? So new seral community is formed. So secondary succession involves the re-establishment of plant community. ஏற்கனவே இருந்த இடத்துல செடிகள் எல்லாம் destroy ஆயிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி அதே இடத்துல வேற plant community வந்து occupy பண்ணுது இல்லையா, இதுதான் இது secondary succession. Next one, forest and vegetation, if you see, means that we come across all over the world are the result of plant succession only. ஓகே, எங்கெல்லாம் காடுகள் அதுக்கப்புறம் நல்ல அடர்ந்த செடிகள் எல்லாம் நம்ம பார்க்குறோமோ இது எல்லாமே result of what? Plant succession only. Okay, so if there is no plant succession, definitely we won't have much more plant communities. Okay, so it is our duty to protect our ecosystem environment by planting more trees. Okay, so in that plant succession plays very important role. Okay, so children, in our today's class we have completed what is biogeochemical cycle. Okay, and then what are the types of ecosystem, especially we learned pond ecosystem, and then what is ecosystem, how to protect the ecosystem, ecosystem services, ecosystem management. Okay, and finally we completed with plant succession. Okay, I hope you understood this topic, children. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you, children.